Please give it out for me, sir. And I write your name on my heart for you. I never respected you. That's what surprising me, although you will. Can't you imagine, said, I want to be an hour, be a got see it. Our love is so real, and we go last forever. Baby, I was sorry, I dreamed it. So I wouldn't have any count on me. I'm in love with you, my baby. Let go forever. Baby, I was sorry, I dreamed it. So I wouldn't have any count on me. Anytime our eyes meet, the feeling inside me meant to me. I know I can't describe it all done. Baby, tell me how you do it. Tell me how you make me fall in love with you every day. If it's all done with yes, yeah.
And we have Mr. Hands. The commission right now.
I wish you can read my mind right now, baby. Baby, who don't our love is so real, and we go last forever. Baby, I was sorry, I dreamed it. So I wouldn't have baby count on me. I'm in love with you, my baby. Let go forever. Baby, I was sorry, I dreamed it. So I wouldn't have baby count on me. Girl, please don't tell me no.
Madam Akosia,
I know I took you for granted. Should've known you so. Girl, I've been begging and wanting your touch, my baby. Let me
finally we have
like a colongo on top your massage.
This tells you that this program isn't just gonna be.
I know I like that long
I'm gonna come beside you. Big
show me this sketchy. Girl, I wanna make up my mistakes. Yeah, I know I like that long anytime I touch you, the feeling inside me mean to me. I know I put my dream in tears. Me who I am, man. Oh, baby, I guess so, come on. From here we move on to introduction of the love is so real, and we will last forever. Maybe I was a real dream, so what's in there, baby, count on me. I'm in love with you, my baby, and I will forever. Maybe I was a real dream.
If you're behind what's my Casio, I will never miss school. Your photo to sleep us so. Say let go, get wet shoes. My baby not gold, my baby to go. Cause your mother a dealer. My baby not born, she love me, yo. Cause your father is soldier. Yeah, oh my flower. I will never go wrong coffee. If you say I'm good for nothing, no, therefore you're bad for something, no. Flower, my flower, baby. If nothing lasts forever, me and you gon' be nothing forever. If nothing lasts forever, me and you gon' be nothing forever. Baby, I'm a little child. Me and you gon' be nothing forever. If nothing lasts forever, me and you gon' be nothing forever. Baby, I got you. Me and you gon' be nothing forever.
Making time to join. Now we shall be calling on
my baby is sweet, my baby is nice. My baby like a veggie. Oh baby, this so sweet. Kind of love, Jenny, Cody, baby. Can I tell, babe? For your matter, zero downgrade. Shake, babe. Can I tabolo? If I'm a, you want the show. Oh, my flower. I will never go wrong coffee. If you say I'm good for nothing, no, therefore you're bad for something, no.
Everything sets and nice, boys, the crowd, nice. We need so on streets lights, girls in sights, them pass space flights. It go be wild tonight. Yeah, call chilly, and I will be feeling. Many women who pay and I pay, I was a sinner. Yeah, call chilly, and I will be feeling. Many women who pay and I pay, I was a sinner. I see a girl like Jocelyn Duma,
and they've done amazing.
I like that Duna.
You can see this.
If I get that thing right there, I go chop that thing like tuna. They Okoro,
they have a little
I like your show too.
Very
Hope say you know them, man, you'll be lost in the game, I go.
Our team from Central.
Ah, you they relate. Girl, make you base. Friend is calling you, but smoke and like cigarette. You they relate. Girl, make me base. Your friend is calling you, but smoke and like cigarette. Yeah, call chilly, and I will be feeling. Many women who pay and a bear was a sinner. Yen call chile, and I will be feeling. Many women who pay and a bear was a sinner. I am saying you more help. We are hot white girl. Unitize who are prizes, so no amounts in this wide world. Free by you, girl. Shasania, with cozy. Why you never like super OD? Shoddy no jokey, body need a big deal. Me baby closey, me name me voice in the bar. Girl se penada, ya boy is susuda no de ya betaha. So ya children is a container na ya crabba. Ya clear was so near ne ya say we praga my senses all day on top. Now your man says you done stop today. I feel fun, pop. You know be champagne pet. I go yeah, call chile.
We are more. Too much love, we are more. We are more. Too much love, we are more. Only fakers be loving where you have. When he ready, them to mama when he ready. Only fakers be loving where you have. When he ready, them to mama when he ready.
Why you there? Sure you got that, my money not there. Sure you got that, my money not there. Sure you got that for me if I no bill. Other make I know. Say make you show me plenty love, make I know. See, only fake girls be loving when you have. When he ready, them two mama when he ready. Only fake girls be loving when you have. Hey, when he ready, them two mama when he ready. Hey.
Oh no, where you land this love? Cabo, yes.
This is an afro. Yeah, this is an afro. It feels like you're going to an afro. That's why. I think you say you have your. So if someone comes to visit, where does the person sit or sit on to get back? With that one, it's divided by the occupant. Yes. Yes. A bridge is there. A bridge is there. That's it. Yes. It's okay. I know it wasn't the lady who.
What's the measurement of the tower usually? The measurement, the depth and the height.
The depth from
The depth from the bedroom is...
how much? You're going to hang your clothes inside.
Yes.
So how deep does it have?
Now should be for...
What's the standard?
The standard.
You have an depth, not width.
Not with the depth.
The height. The width you have already because you have 2 meters up to you.
And
Hello. Everybody's having fun, right? You're not?
Hey, Central, now you can go.
Okay.
So that was the presentation made by A Square. That's Mr. John Nyako. Now we're going to call on. Thank you. So now we will call on Mr. Kweku York. He's the group leader for B6. For B6, please, your presentation, B6.
so this team, it was the first paper, huh? Yeah. So we have to start and putting the numbers now.
Hello. Central, are you here? Are you here? Let me hear some noise. Woo! Thank you. Thank you, KNAUF Ghana, once again for this opportunity to go through this training and tax us on designing and seeing our design being manifested. It's really a fulfillment to us. So my name is Emmanuel Kweku York from Central University, and to my right is Gideon.
I am Gideon Labi. Central.
And my name is Adi Emmanuel from NVTI.
I'm Benjamin Ruben Sawyer from Central University. I am Oscar Debra from PTI.
Prince Quay from PTI.
Pilot, you there? Give me some noise. Woo! Thank you. Okay, so first of all, we had a space of 5 by 3 to design, which is very, very tight, which is about 15 meters square. So first of all, we never saw the need for a porch. Because we needed to optimize space to its maximum level. So with our design, we try to achieve some sustainable measures, ventilation, insulation, and then we also try to have some acoustic panels from KNAUF around the living room to avoid noise from getting into the private space, which is the bedroom. So now we have the private and then the semi-private, because it is a studio apartment. There's nothing like a public space. So walking through the design, once you enter, to your left is the small kitchenette, and then just after it is the living room. Now in the living room, we just didn't use KNAUF's plasterboard for the walls. We also noticed they had this Hera design plasterboard, which is also used for partitioning. But then we intended using it for 2 purposes: 1 acoustic, and then 2 for aesthetics. So we brought in our own spray, sprayed it, the Hera design. It comes in white, so we sprayed it orange, and then it's going to be the TV panel. So it will sort of serve as an acoustic absorber, and also would turn out to attenuate sound decibels. Now to your left is a corner door which leads you into the washroom. Because it's a very small space, we intended to have an open space. Now this corner door, once you open it, you can have direct access to the living room from the bedroom. You have direct access. When you have a visitor and then you intend to have a little privacy whilst the visitor is in the living room, then you can close the corner door, which gives you your private space. Now, just after the living room is the washroom, well designed to serve all toiletry purposes. Again, in the living room, we also use the Hera design as an aesthetic purpose. Excuse me to say, in case you are in the room with your girlfriend and you're doing things and you don't want anyone in the living room to hear, I mean, there's some sound attenuation going on in there, on the ceiling, yes. So, one, we know we've achieved cross ventilation. I mean, we have windows on both sides in the living room, a corner window to have maximum space for circulation of air. There's no obstruction of human circulation. And then we have another window, a long vertical window. We call it a French window to achieve more air into the bedroom space. And another one just by it. So basically, that's the design, a very sustainable one. And then as you can see at the entrance, we know there's a lot of sunlight going to come from outside into the space. So the outside, as you can see, is being insulated with KNAUF fiber glass. So it's the same thing here. Now we expose it so that you can see what's going on with the stats in 600 by 600, center to center. Yeah, great. Thank you. So basically, that's it.
Hello. Hey, what kind of energy? All of a sudden, the central people have a lot of energy to clap. That's so unfair. Anyway, thanks. You do a great job.
So as our judges go in there to look at your work, my co-host, that's Helen, will do a random interaction with the audience here. So, Helen, like Jolate will say, over to you. I think you need another mic from them. No, the other one is with the judges, so you pick.
Hello. Hope everybody's having fun, right? You're not?
Hey, Central, now you can't talk.
Okay, so. Hello, sir. I'm your Mr. Lawyer, Stephen Aintree. Okay, so we'd want to have a short interview with you. So starting off, I want to have a brief history about KNAUF.
KNAUF has a very rich history, but I think for our purposes and for the purposes of the audience here today, we want to do the history of KNAUF Ghana, how KNAUF came into Ghana. That started last year, 2018, with the acquisition of this location and putting in place everything else. The inauguration of this training center took place this year in February. So since February, KNAUF has had a physical presence at this location, and the training actually started later on, I think in April. So from April to date, there's been trainings going on in here, and it's been a very exciting period for us at KNAUF Ghana. You see, over the period, I want to give you an analogy. Earlier, we all use, for those of us in the mobile telephony area, we started, most of us, with Nokia 336. I believe that's what it was, right? Over a period of time, the world changed. We went into the smartphones. Nokia failed to recognize this trend, and so what happened? Samsung and the iPhone took over, and today when you talk about mobile telephony, at least in the area of gadgetry, you barely hear Nokia.
Yeah.
It's out there, but it's not really making an impact. What you see happening today is the beginnings of new things that are going to affect and infect the construction industry in Ghana. You will realize that construction in Ghana is no more going to be horizontal as it used to be. It's going to be, to a very large extent, vertical. And as you go vertical, what do you need? You need lighter equipment. And that's where KNAUF comes into play. Let me share with you a discussion that I had with one of the trainees a couple of weeks ago, and I think it will highlight all the things that I really want to say. It's in that conversation or interview I had with this guy. Let me stand up. I think I'm not being fair to the audience. I had this conversation with this gentleman. He was a carpenter, but then he came in for training. I came in here, saw him, and he had a very interesting way of doing his work. It was very methodical, so I called him and asked him, why? Do you have any previous experience with this? He said, no. I'm a carpenter. I said, okay. So what motivated you as a carpenter to come to this program? And what have you learned? And his responses were very inspiring. Number one, he tells me, I didn't know that this is so cheap. We would have gone to buy balls, these Wawa balls. He started telling me all those different types of wood out there in the industry. And then we will have to do this, that. So in a nutshell, what he told me was this, that using these products made his work go faster. So there we have efficiency. He said it is more durable. We have durability there. And I think one of the most important things that he said that cuts across the bottom line for any industry, he said, and it is cheaper. So the real issue for you, especially the trainees, is this. Do you want to still use your Nokia 336? Or you want to make a jump and be with the winning team? If you do, then this training is so crucial. And if the training is crucial, see KNAUF. At this point in time, I've not heard enough of KNAUF, but I guarantee all of you, KNAUF is going to be a household name in the building industry in the not too long future. The earlier that you latch, I said latch onto this, and all that it entails, the better your professional lives are going to be. So this has been my opening words. I think later on I might have some time to dialogue with them.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Some more.
Some more questions,
yes.
Okay.
You're from Germany. So what informed your decision to come to Ghana?
Okay, it's very simple. Now, you know, we in Ghana, one of the things that we've gotten used to is political stability. It's getting to a point where we take it for granted. People in Ivory Coast 10 years ago, they wish they had what we have here. And you know what happened there? There was one Gbagbo, after elections, he refused to concede and created a lot of mess. We have similar situations in our big brother's country, Nigeria. Stability is the number one pre-requirement for foreign direct investment, period. In addition to stability, you look at certain things. One, do we have the critical mass of people who want to patronize the products or goods that you want to produce or manufacture? Do we have it? And the answer clearly is yes. Do we have people who really want to learn the intricacies of the business? And what we clearly see here today and over the past couple of months is an emphatic yes. And if we have this in this republic, then why wouldn't we come in? Political stability, please don't take it for granted. Do not take it for granted. It's so important. The rule of law, of course, that's my area. It is clearly, you think we have issues in Ghana, go to the other countries. It's a real challenge. Do we need improvement? Yes, we can do things a little bit better, etc., etc. But what we have here Like they said in that song, Yawa Dioye. Let's keep it. Right? Okay.
So lastly,
Okay.
where do you see KNAUF in the future?
Okay, I did look at the magical glass. And if you look at the tunnel, there's a cliche. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. This is not a cliche for us at KNAUF. Like I said it earlier, KNAUF is going to be a household name in this republic. What that means is this, that we would make sure that so many of you know about KNAUF processes, KNAUF products, and who knows, maybe if things turn out the way we really think they will, there could be a KNAUF plant. So KNAUF and Ghana, we are here to stay. We ain't leaving. We ain't going anywhere, as we say.
Give it up.
We're here to stay. Okay. So better believe it. But remember one thing. KNAUF stands for quality. It stands for affordability. And it stands at the epitome of innovation in the building industry. What the industry people call Building 4.0. We are already in. It started. And we're going to fight on. We're going to continue. And we're going to take you all along in this journey. Wow. It's going to be a beautiful journey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Please give it up for him, Beza.
Hi.
Hi.
So overall, I think that we're very impressed with what the two groups has been able to achieve with just 3 days of training, is what I understand. And none of them have experience in building anything in plasterboard. And so overall, very good efforts, very good execution for only 3 days. We have workers on site who can't do this, and they've been doing it for many years. So very impressive. And I think the two groups, we should give them another round of applause. They really deserve it. It's clear that both groups struggled with the small size. And I think it's a cultural thing. When Ghanaians, we want everything, you know, the privacy, and we want the WC to have its own door and everything to be segregated. So this is a bed sitter, so it should have been more open and more, just because of the square meter that they had available. Putting in so many boundaries and walls makes it a bit tight. But I understand it's a cultural thing. Maybe from this they'll learn that bed sitters should be more open. But overall, we are very impressed and well done.
Let's put your hands together for her.
So now it's time to announce the first and the second. I don't believe in last and those things. So I don't know if... Okay, so it means we have more time for more interviews.
So we're going to have a musical interlude. Nice one of that.
But in the meantime, when we close, I will urge our audience to please stay behind. Then with the few dignitaries among us, we shall usher ourselves to another place for something small. So, Mr. DJ, please take over.
So when you think about the way the room is used, right, when you look at human activity, and you look at the furniture and everything else that's going to happen in the room, then you begin to get a sense of the space that is required. And then you look at the services. If he's lying in bed, he has a bedside lamp, or he has a TV or something, where is the socket? Does he have to get out of bed, walk out of there, the light? You see, good design is very unobtrusive. You don't even notice it because everything is there just as you need it. Those of you who drive, I always tell my students, like, you're driving, these days automatic, right? But even so, the position of the lever takes into account the size of the human body and where you are sitting. Have you thought about how uncomfortable it would be if you were driving and the gear lever was behind the seat? So you need to have an appreciation of, first of all, the scale of the human being, right? The sort of appliances that he's going to use, the furniture, the space within which he's going to operate, and then how do you make that space as comfortable as possible? That's when you look at your ventilation and other things. Because as architects, builders, and so on, we provide spaces in which human activity takes place, right? If it's an office, it has to be an environment that enhances productivity. Make people look forward to going to work. Make people look forward to going to school. Not that you know that when you're going to the office, it's hot and it's boring and you sweat. Then it means the designer didn't anticipate the needs of the people who are going to use the space. And I think that what KNAUF has started out to do is an excellent, very excellent, excellent innovation. And we'll encourage you to spread it to the professionals as well, the architects, the engineers, and so on, so that when we are writing specifications and doing construction details, we will understand what goes into of a building. So let's give KNAUF a big round of applause and hope that they can continue very far into the future.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So now is the presentation of the prizes. I shall invite, but before I do that, I must say these students were able to do what they did because of the able tutelage of the training manager, that is Mr. Osafo Omachi. Please clap for him. Then again, the man the children call Sir, I mean the contestants, they call him Sir, and he's called Patrick Obey. Please clap for it. Okay, so please come forward. That is it. So, Mr. Machi here, and that is Mr. Patrick Obey. So please give it up for them. Yes. Then we have our lady at the front. That is Mary. She's also at the front. She's working there. Then again, it's time to also acknowledge the media groups in our midst. I must say we have Ghana Web in our midst. Then again we have, that is Daily Guide in our midst. We also have Daily Graphic in our midst. Then the Ghanaian Times in our midst. Then my own station, I wish I could make noise like these guys do. That is the CMG group. That's the Class FM and Accra FM. We are also in your midst. Oh, so so now I'll call on Mr. Hans Kese, then Madam Sarah Bach Jandu to do the presentation. So I'll call on A2, A Square. If A Square is here, please come forth. Let's begin with the presentation.
So congratulations to our teams. Their prize consists of, should I tell them what your prize consists of?
Yes, please do.
Okay. So their prize consists of a small token cash prize. You have a book donation to your library. We have some souvenirs for you to take home. Bosch has also added a bunch of souvenirs for you. Okay. So congratulations. Thank you very much for taking part. Thank you very much to the school for allowing your students to take part. So Sarah will show you, and thank you very much.
So we begin the...
A round of applause for them.
Presentation of awards. Thank you.
How much is the cash prize? It's between...
You know, for the sake of, you know, the bad guys, we don't want to mention it. We don't have police escort for them. If you call the price, it's too huge. They might chase them on the road. So.
5 CDs and 5 CDs Vodafone.
So that is Madam Sarah Bach Jandu. Mr. Kise,
is there a
Madam
difference
Akosha
between...
really wants to know the cash price.
I don't know. No, they don't know. They will find out when they get home.
So thank you so much, Madam Sarah Jandu. Please do not go. Please do not go. So we will call on the B6. B6, that's Central University, NVTI. Please come to the stage. Please come around for your presentation. I must say, it's not all other than after this we shall have the photo shoot. So please be seated. The dignitaries among us and the judges will go to the top. Then, myself, each and every one of us, we will have the best part here.
Okay, thank you very much to the B6 team.
Yes.
Congratulations on winning their first challenge. They've worked very hard. They've pushed the extra limits, and they totally deserve it. They brought paint from home. They have framed pictures in their design, not given by KNAUF. It was all their own initiative, so congratulations. Their prize consists of a small token cash prize, giveaways from Bosch, a book donation to your school, library, and then for the winner, the extra is for the school. We meet and agree on a ceiling we can renovate in your school. The renovation will be done by your students, but we will provide the materials for that. A round of applause for the winners.
So as we stand, can we organize ourselves? Can we organize ourselves for the photo shoot with Mr. Hans Kised and Sarah Bach Jandu? Please come. Let's organize ourselves for the photo shoot here. Please, with the training manager and the trainer, please join. Mr. Hans Kised, please join. Sarah Jandu, please join. The cash prize has not been given. Please give them the cash. You've given everything. With the exception of, please, you can't give it. Cameraman, is the arrangement okay? Okay, so why don't the citation guys come in the middle? Just make it more colorful.
The party tonight before my place. Invite all your friends, Rose and Gato. Disaster like we they work for NATO. Oh my darling, Melissa. Post make a who could take me picture. If I no marry you in future, like a grace, I just wanna be a mister.
So now we are going to invite our judges at this point to join them. Please, can we get 4 chairs so that they can sit in front of them for the group picture? I beg of you. Please get the 4 chairs here. Oh, okay, okay. All soldiers never died. They will stand. Okay, Madam Akosha says they are sitting. Madam Akosha says,
your love go because for the universities. Your body no be paper, but I love your properties.
Sir,
go tell your
please you can join the picture, sir.
Say I make ready to make you my missus.
Please, when they're done, the various student leaders should join the picture. Please, when they're done, one more chair.
Like a grace, I just wanna be a mister.
Thank you so much, ATTC. Thank you so much, ATU. Thank you so much, Central. Thank you so much, NVTI. Thank you so much, KNAUF. Thank you so much, Coach. Many thanks to our media partners. And many thanks to you all. We are much grateful. Oh, Brenda, I'm missing the name. Amanda. Oh, wow.
The party tonight before my place. Invite all your friends, Rose and Gato. Disaster like we they work for.
We have a small gift for our judges as well.
Okay, so the presentation of the gift for the judges.
Thank you very much for coming and helping out with this. Thank you very much.
Like a grace, I just wanna be a mister.
Okay, so let the student teachers. Please, let the students, the teachers, the lecturers, please join for the photo shoot. So the lecturers, the teachers, please give it up for them. It's not easy. It's not been easy. Cameraman, is the arrangement okay for you? Okay, let me join.
th.com. It's Twitch on the track again.
So now, we can also join our various contestants for a picture. But let all the dignitaries, the student leaders, the invited judges, please follow the usher at the gate. She's going to walk us all to the top. Please, the student lecturers and teachers, the judges, the dignitaries, please follow the lady, the usher at the exit door. She will lead us to the top where we shall have a little bit of a discussion. So please, we can follow the usher. Usher, please lead us. So let the media group, let the student leaders, the lecturers, the teachers, the judges, please follow the usher as we go to the top. In the meantime, may we be seated as we bring. Okay, the various students can take pictures with your group. And you can also connect her. Mrs. Sarah, what are you saying?
But when you see me, you
yes, Antoine, what are you saying? Yes, Antoine, what are you saying? Sarah, are you running?
I know say it's part of life, yeah. It be time I hope and pray. By next year I will be great. Right now,
Sarah, so what were you saying?
I pray, remember, say I'll be okay. Life on that is not a race, so I go move on, go my way. I just go day my lane and I advise myself that life goes on.
So please be seated after the photo.
I'm moving on, I know be treated.
We have something so awesome and nice for you.
And I know say we go die one day, so take your something. You go see me shy someday, Charlie, take your something. Take your something. Missy Charlie, take your something. Hey, hey, I'm moving on, I know be tree, Charlie, take your something. And I know say, we go die one day, so take your something. You go see me shy someday, Charlie, take your something. Take your something. See Charlie, take your sons.
My choice, what's up? So,
wow, so
I take it bloom to me. Now you wear weave where you get hype for Twitter. See what see you they come, no so still won't dream. Make us out see me, but we did it. You tell me you go change, but I no believe it. Oh, pro, me dance, sorry, say we reggae. Why you did tell me lies on him, man? Why you shun they care? Why you did tell me lies on him, man? Girl, I thought you care. And Casa, what say, Papa? Your son to come, I am pata. And then one family calls, it's your life. African queen, who be your American and Papa.
You can take her, even when she crosses.
I'm moving on, I know be tree, Charlie, take your something. And I know say, we go die one day, so take your something. You go see me shy someday, Charlie, take your something. Take your something. Missy Charlie, take your something. Hey, hey, I'm moving on, I know be tree, Charlie, take your something. And I know say, we go die one day, so take your something. You go see me shy someday, Charlie, take your something. Take your something. See Charlie, take your something.
Grab that, Charlie. Grab that, Charlie.
Oh.
See me, I used to my yeah. All the girls in the shoe body. Take off all the shoe, baby. Then I just scare them like zombie. Cause I the shoe money. Yeah. A day ben I'm in Yevida. Oba ben I'm in Fabida. A friend ben I'm in Tibida. Obra ben I'm in Bobida. A day ben I'm in Hubida. Ika ben I'm in Divida. Ibara se my vida. Yeah, mama yankana yasi etu kwejo. Yeah, yasi etu kwabenai. We yasi etu kwejo.